Hi everyone, it's Stephanie, Vintage Paper Girl, and I'm coming to you today with another mini album. This mini album I made out of the Tim Holtz Baroque die, and I used the basic gray Curio paper collection. On the front here, I just put some beaded trim that I had in my stash that I had purchased at Joann's on clearance, and I Am Rose's bunch of flower petals here that I just layered together and put a flat back pearl in the middle. I've got some Recollections bling on both sides. This little silhouette of this woman, this beautiful silhouette, was actually a basic gray rub-on that was part of the collection as well. I used a Tim Holtz knob or fastener to close the mini album and a hair tie. It just comes off like that. I bound the mini album together using some vintage lace that I had received in a rack from a friend. So this is what the first page looks like. I have a Recollections flower with a pearl in the center, some flatback pearls, a little sentiment that says "My Girl," and a bird chipboard piece. So your photo would go here, of course. So that's that page. The next page I put a photo mat here with Recollection bling, and I Am Rose's curly rose, and I kind of grunged it up and tried to flatten it out a little so it wouldn't be so bulky. Okay, the next page looks like this. Again, I just created a tag here, which was from the paper collection. And then on the other side, I used the Tim Holtz stamp. I love this stamp, this family stamp. It's really cute. You can put your photo right here. And then, you can also slide other things, little keepsakes in here. I had these little petals in my stash. And then this is a Webster's Pages sparkler. That's what that page looks like. The next page is really simple. I just took some seam binding, and I don't know how to describe it. It's just the real dull ribbon. It's not the shiny seam binding that everybody uses. I found it at Joann's. It was the only kind of seam binding that I could find. And what I did was I just grunged it up, got it wet, sprayed it with scintillating silver, crinkled it up, and it came out real shabby. I don't know if you can tell. And I actually just tore it so that it would look, old, vintage. And then I just slid this little image of this woman, and it's from La Romantique Graphic 45 paper collection. I thought she looked pretty cool just right behind that. And then you can put a photo here. And then of course on the back side, here's the ribbon again. And I just added this little I Am Rose's flower. It's really cute. It's like a light brown. And then I curled the stem. Then I used this vintage music sheets that I had in my collection, and I wanted them to look really old as well, so I just distressed it as much as I could with vintage photo, tried to make it like it was, had something spilt on it or something, sprayed it with Lindy's scintillating silver. I really, really like the way it turned out. That's one of my favorite pages. Then on this one, again, I just put some lace across here, put this pearl trim. It's like the little tiny flat beaded trim. This was a key that I had in my collection, and I Am Rose's small gardenia. This little embellishment I just had in my collection. You could use it for journaling. You could put a little photo here, and again it just slides right here. This next page, this next page, this is an embellishment from the collection again. It's really pretty. It's got that woman on there again. This beaded trim here I had in my stash. I got that at Joann's. I just love this. I've seen people use this. This is like one of my all-time favorites. Looks very vintage. Then I just created this little tag here that'll pull out that you can journal on. And then I used this graph paper, and I had this, I picked this up at Goodwill, and it was a brand new stack, and I thought it was, you know, pretty vintage looking, and distressed it and just did some stamping on the top. And then, you know, your tag just slides underneath here like that. Okay, we saw that page. And then this page right here, I put some lace across, some vintage lace. I used a little flower from the collection, the Basic Gray collection. It's real dimensional. It kind of pops up here, and it's got a little bling in the center. And then for the photo mat, I actually stuck down a journaling, a little one of those journaling pieces, and I created a little tag for it, put some vintage lace in the top, so that's what it looks like, and I did some stamping on there. Okay, and then it's getting a little bit thicker. The back page looks like this. This was a paper clip that went with the collection as well. Then I just made this little photo mat here. Sorry, this is a little bit tight. This little photo mat, did some stamping, room for the photo on the back. And then I used another one of those little journaling spots, and I just folded it in half, grunged it up, so it just, you could write a little note on it. And then I put a little rub on it, and I think it's a dragonfly. And inside here I also have this vintage image, and I believe it's graphic 45. I've had it for a while. I put glossy accents over it. I put some vintage photo on it first, and then put some glossy accents on it. You can put a photo on the back. Just made it look a little antique. And then for the pockets here, what I did was, I don't know if you guys do it, but I save all of my junk mail or a lot of my bills I might pay online. So I keep the envelopes, and then I just fold them over, cut them down, and use these for pockets. And then I use my on the edge die right here, and then I layered it underneath with some more paper from the collection. This little acrylic button was also from the collection, and I just put a little string from a shipping tag in there. The next page looks like this. Just some Recollections bling, a butterfly that I had in my stash. This little saying here actually came from Bo Bunny, the Gabrielle collection. And then put a spot here for a photo. And then this is what the next page looks like. This is just a piece from the collection. It's very dimensional. I stuck a little Tim Holtz ticket in here. Just kind of dress it up a little bit. And then this is what this page looks like. I had this in my stash. It's some really, really pretty pleated trim with some lace. I think I got this at Walmart. I don't know if you guys shop there for trims, but sometimes you find some pretty good deals there. Again, I used that acrylic beaded trim, and then another flower from the collection itself. So this is like a little pocket here. I did some stamping with a Tim Holtz little stamp. And then I just used, I'm not sure which collection this is. It's not Basic Gray, but I covered that. And then this is the back of the mini album. So this is what it looks like. I hope you guys liked it. It was pretty quick to put together. Thank you for watching. Thanks for supporting me. Have a good